Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. For this video, I will be taking Ashlyn Ella from Ever After High and turn her into Fluttershy. So here I mapped out some of the elements that I will be using for Fluttershy's design. Overall, I want her to look like a Grecian goddess. I want her design to be ethereal and very fresh. So here's the sketch that I made for Fluttershy, and oddly enough, it was the very first and last try. Like, I was drawing this, I was coming up with the inspirations, I was getting the references, and the first time, and it was great. I loved the design and I was going to stick with it. So here is a cleaner version of my sketch. Obviously it is not finished, the details aren't there, the flowers and all that. However, I wanted to see how the colors will work, and I think she's going to look amazing, and I really love this design, so let's go ahead and bring her to life. So here I have Ashlyn Ella, and as you can see, she's kind of dirty, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep her up by cutting off all of her hair. We are going to give her a wig, and I'm also going to take off her factory paint so she's ready for the transformation. So as usual, I will be using yarn for her wig, and for this video, for today's lesson, I will be teaching you guys how I made 12 inches of yarn hair. You know how it's kind of impossible to have really long yarn wefts because they break off? So this method is kind of like a hack, another hack for the hair. So I measure one string of acrylic yarn, and as you can see, it is 12 inches, and we pretty much do a keratin extension treatment. If you guys are familiar with that, it's kind of like that, but we do multiples of it, and I do it layer by layer. So I believe per string, there's 4 extensions that I layer up. It's kind of cool. It does give you the layered effect. It's not going to be like a blunt cut. However, because yarn is so easy to work with, it kind of blends in. So this is a great hack if you want your hair wefts to be really long, and if the hairstyle is just completely down, or if you don't have to do anything about it. This will be great for pigtails, it's gonna be great for ponytails, so I can see a lot of potential with this method. So now I'm going to be gluing the longer wefts in the very back of her head so that we can actually disguise it with normal wefts later. The hairstyle that I chose for Fluttershy is quite simple, but also very regal. One side of her hair is completely pulled back, so we can actually put a fascinator on it later, and then I will mimic her bangs as well. So this one is really simple. However, because of the length, it's also very dramatic. Fluttershy, let down your hair so I can climb the cotton candy stair. And now it's time for my favorite part, which is the face-up. And as you can see, I am using a light brown watercolor pencil to sketch out initial details that I want her to have. The main look that I wanted to achieve was to make her eyes really droopy, but still retaining my style. And you guys know how Fluttershy's real eyes are. They literally go down. They're like puppy dog eyes. And so that's the look that I wanted to achieve. I looked up a lot of pictures of Park Bom from 21 because I feel like they share the same eye shape. Like, they're droopy, they look really sad and shy, which is great, and I used her as my reference for Fluttershy. Even with her eyelashes, I styled it differently so that to the side, it droops down. And so I thought that really helped with the overall look of her eye makeup. And I'm also painting the tips of her eyelashes gold because why not? She needs that glow. And now just for some finishing touches, and we're done with her face. I feel like she really does have the spirit of Fluttershy, and that's really nice. And I love the gold tip eyelashes. Those are like my favorite part. For her dress, my lovely friend Bojena from Doll's Brand New Look made it, and I'm really thankful because she was able to make my vision come to life. Can't really make these dresses, I only sketch them out on paper, and I have someone who knows what they're doing make them, you know, so that they look really nice. So thank you so much, Bojena, for making this dress. Let's go ahead and decorate it. So I will be using a lot of miniature flowers and fake plants for this dress. So I'm taking the branch remnants from the flowers that I actually used on her top, and I will be spray painting them gold. I want it to look like vines crawling up her train, like really dramatic. So after that, I just decorate the entire train with more flowers of different variety. Most of these flowers are spring and summer flowers. I felt like that was very, very true to Fluttershy, so I had to be careful not to use any roses. And now I will be tinting all of the flowers with a watered down gold paint. I'm not necessarily changing the actual color of the flowers into gold. I just want all of the flowers to have a golden shimmer, like a golden afternoon.
A golden afternoon.
So now I'm taking this gold floral cardstock paper and we will be turning it into butterflies. I found this butterfly cutter from Michael's and I thought it was perfect for Fluttershy's dress. So I will be cutting out a lot of butterflies. I just fold these butterflies in half and I glue them onto the dress sporadically. And as you can see, I am showing the white part of the butterfly because I felt like it actually shows more. However, you can see the gold part when you turn the dress. So I thought that was kind of cool how the butterfly is two-dimensional. It has a white part and also the gold part. And so that's kind of cool. For her headpiece, I am taking this styro egg and also more flowers, more miniature flowers, specifically this one. It's very, very detailed and I really like it, and we will be making her headpiece. I was so inspired by this kabuki play and it showcased a wisteria tree. So I knew I wanted to have a wisteria type of look for her headpiece. Obviously, this is not looking like a wisteria at all because it's like different types of flowers and it's not purple. However, I did want everything to be color coordinated. So again, I will be tinting this with gold shimmer. And now it's time to make her wings. I'm just sketching out her wings onto a cardstock paper, and the shape that I chose, it's inspired by moth wings. So I thought that was kind of cool how we are going to play off the butterfly moth theme from Fluttershy and turning it into angel wings. I wanted her feathers to be very detailed. I just didn't want to just glue on normal size feathers there and have it look bulky and unrealistic in doll scale. So I found this tutorial months ago from Akameru Kawaii when she was doing her DIY angel wings. So you literally cut every single feather into the scale you want the feather to be. So in doll scale, it was so small and it took a lot of time, but I think in the end it was worth it. So you guys should check out her tutorial on it because it looks so cool. And I added gold to her wings because it looked too harsh on Fluttershy when I put it on and it was like completely white. So I wanted to, like I said, color coordinate with everything else. I wanted to have a harmony. And now let's move on to her gladiator boots. Right now I am making the sole of her sandal. It was originally going to be a heeled boot, and I changed my mind and I decided that flats would look better on Fluttershy. And the material we'll be using for her boots is actually fun foam, and I thought that was kind of cool because it's easier to kind of maneuver and actually make straps from it. And we're just going to be painting it and we're gluing it onto her leg. And I'm just painting the boots brown, but overall it is going to be gold in the end. I just need a primer for the gold paint because sometimes it doesn't adhere to just the plain surface. And I also wanted to make her a garter for her legs, and I wanted it to be kind of like a golden laurel. And I just used this metallic cardstock and I'll just be gluing it onto her thighs. And using the same cardstock, I will be cutting out mini leaves so we can glue it onto her sandals. And last but not the least, we will be putting her wig back on. After making that outfit, her wig was snatched, so now we just need to style it and make sure it is Rarity approved.
now that you know the elements of a good cheer, let's hear one.
Yay.
Ugh, you're gonna cheer for me like that? Louder.
Yay.
Louder!
Yay.
Louder!